Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Man. As if certain characters couldn't sink lower. They just do. Like, this is the part where I feel so much dread. And I don't mean like the boring kind of dread where it's like, well, I'm burnt out of the season kind of dread. No, I'm talking about like, oh my God, we're getting to the end game. Like, this deal is getting worse all the time kind of dread. Welcome everyone to the Rider Time podcast here on the Morphin Network, where it's Morphin Time all the time. We are here to discuss Kamen Rider Geats episode 42, Genesis 4, Goddess Completion, Blade of Darkness. What did you guys think of the episode? Let us know in the comments. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think is going to happen next? Which of all these villains are going to get their comeuppance? Like, let us know in the comments. And if you write down what you have to say while we are live, like this button right here, you will have your comment displayed right here at the bottom of the screen, because you guys are part of our conversation. So let us know. But let's talk about this episode. What is it that I can say about it that isn't just blatant in the plot of the episode? Like, I mean, let's start with the big one. Kawa becoming a heel. Okay, like, it's kind of interesting how in 4 separate arcs, the 4 main characters all have for the most part, a heel arc. Ace, kinda. Ace kinda has a heel arc. Not really. I mean, I can't really say it's a heel arc because it's like he was acting like a heel at first, but it was all part of a ploy. So it's like, I don't think I can really call that completely a heel arc. But he kind of had a moment there. Kawa, of all people, like, he was supposed to be our sweet cinnamon roll. He was supposed to be our Midoriya. He was supposed to be our sweetheart, the true believer, the one and only Spider-Man. No. He's getting darker. And I was hoping, part of me was hoping it was all just a ploy so he could become more powerful, so he could catch up to Geats and become equally as powerful to Geats. But no. That's absolutely not what's happening. Like, he is straight up trying to be a menace. Even, like, there's Black Air Force energy, then there's Black Air Force energy. Like, dang, like as soon as he puts on that black suit, like, it's Spider-Man 3 all over again. Ain't that a shocker? But yeah, it is what it is. So let's just get right into it. Buffa got his butt kicked in the previous episode. There's no question about it. Like, he had that sword thrusted onto his chest at the end of, like, the episode. The pounding just continues. And I mean, it really continues. Like, dang. Like, he just keeps slashing and slashing. It's like watching the Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones season 6 all over again, but with a ninja. And except Buffa doesn't really deserve that amount of Black Air Force energy thrust upon him. No pun intended. But he's getting it. Like, and all the while, I'm like, if anything, Daichi should get a beating like that instead. Because, yeah, like, Buffa killed Sarah, but he didn't know it was Sarah. But you know what? Guess why she was a Chubono? Because Daichi turned her into one. What else do you expect? like it just hurts like what watching this. Like because like I know that my man is innocent. My man is totally innocent and he has to deal with that. I mean, and then turns out Keiwa did retrieve Tsurumi for the specific purpose of turning her into the goddess of creation because, as it turns out, Jito, which is his official name, because so like I can't call him Canis Venetici anymore. What the heck? I'll still call him Canis Venetici, creature of habit and whatnot, because he was the Canis Venetici Zodiac. So, and I think it just sounds way cooler than Jito. So, but yeah, so Keiwa is promised that he will be the first to make a wish off of Tsurumi as soon as she turns into a goddess of creation, and it's like, and I think there's a valid question. If you are hating Ace's mom so much for being the goddess of creation, just for becoming the goddess of creation, and having her energy be used to suck up all the joy out of everyone's lives in order to create the ideal world, aren't you perpetuating those problems by making a new goddess of creation that's kind of, you're a hypocrite, Kayla. You're a hypocrite. Ace was a hypocrite. Neo was a hypocrite. Buff is a hypocrite. Y'all are hypocrites. You were supposed to be the light in the dark. You were the chosen one. Yeah, that's how overdramatic I feel about how terrible it is. Speaking of chosen ones, so a certain someone who is overdue for thrashing basically has a religion now. Yeah. Okay, I'll be real with you. When a certain event from 2020 happened, actually it's 2019 that when it happened, it was 2020 in the United States. A certain religion, who we shall refer to as HS, had some branches in the United States apparently, and even in April of that fateful year, they're like, oh, we already have a vaccine for this virus. It'll cost you $400. And I'm like, yo, if you guys could not get any worse, you're trying to profit off of the fear people have for this relatively new viral outbreak. And you're straight up lying to people about the cure. And then we got Daichi doing the same thing. He created a viral outbreak, told people, oh, in order to overcome it, you have to come to me for vaccination. And then it becomes a religious cult leader, just like a certain someone. I'm like, I don't have words. I don't have words for this. I don't have words for this. No, I just can't stand this guy. I just can't stand this guy. And yet there he is. And so like he's confronted by Buffa and he's like, you're the one causing the parasite the bacterial outbreak. And he's like, I may be causing the parasite Jamoto to like infect the entire city. But let's keep it 100% straight. You're not innocent because you killed Sarah. To which I have to reply, yeah, but who's the reason why Buffa killed Sarah? It's you. It's you, Daichi. You got to go. You got to go. And if you could not get more sickening, we saw that tree of knowledge from the previous episode, but it gets worse than that. Turns out people's memories are literally turned into fruit. Daichi eats those fruits. I'm still holding on to the Jeffrey Dahmer reference. Yeah, Dahmer reference. And he absorbs the memories of the person whose food he eats. So he literally has Sarah's memories. Like all the cute kawaii stuff she did, all the times she took care of Keiwa, everything. To the moment that she died. And I'm like, yo, Daichi, if you could not get any worse, you just do. And to make matters worse, let me know in the comments what you guys thought about like this whole turning people into a tree thing and like eating their memories in the form of fruit, because I'm sure there's an episode of Inuyasha or Kamen Rider Gaim that could illustrate my level of disgust for this. This whole episode has just filled me with dread progressively. Like there's like playing Metroid 2, and then there's this. This is what it feels like to play Metroid 2. And I don't mean AM2R. I don't mean Samus Returns. I mean the original Game Boy version of the game where it's all black and white. You barely understand where you are because you had no maps. And even the square-like aspect ratio was kind of weird because it's a Game Boy. Not even Game Boy Advance, just a regular Game Boy. But like that's how weird it feels to me. And then Kekara and Baroba show up, showing off their new premium cards, and what do? They turn into Jimoto. Like, what the heck are we doing here? This is insane. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Kekara's design, but it's what do you guys think about their costume designs here? Like, I mean, they're cool designs, but I just hate how low these characters are sinking. Like, these guys are nuts. And my man, Buffa is trying his best to fight these guys off, but in the end, they just overpower him. Like, even with the Jet Command debacle, he's still on the losing end of the battle. Like holy heck, this is what we're reduced to. What you guys thought about this fight sequence, and and how do you think they will finally be defeated? Because like these two need to go, like they need to leave this series because of how much I dislike them. Like I made a comparison to the Snake and Toad from that Russian film, the Kingdom of Crooked Mirrors, but it just gets worse, man. It just keeps getting worse. I like the designs, don't get me wrong, but these characters, like, I hate them more and more. And then you got Racules to deal with in King Odra, and I'm gonna get to Racules when I get to Racules. But that's like all of these characters in superhero time this year, in this semester, are trying their darnest to prove which one is the scummiest. Like, that is my takeaway from that. And we do get a scene where Neon does try to talk to Daichi, not Daichi, to Keiwa, but he's like, oh no, she's gonna be able to keep a promise to me that she wasn't able to keep, because I'm gonna make it so that because I have an ideal world to make, and it will be made. And Ace shows up. It's like, excuse me, what do you mean by that? Ace, my man, calls him out on his bogosity. It's like, if you complain that my mom was directly should take all the guilt for the bad things that happened in previous Desire Grand Prix, but now you're trying to turn Tsurumi, your friend, my sister, into the same thing my mom was to perpetuate the cycle of destroying desires in order to fuel your own. And honestly, this takes me back to episode 8 of the show. Like, if you go way back to episode 8, like, there was a point where the other 3 characters call out Keiwa. It's like, we get it. You want to be a baby face. You want to save everyone. You want world peace because that's your desire. But we're not going to sacrifice our desires for yours. You're being, like, you want to save people, but you're being selfish, man. You're being selfish. And here, he's doing the same thing. Maybe, like, and you know what? Maybe that's what he meant in the previous episode when he said, I did not change. I'm the same me I always was. Keiwa was always a heel from Jump Street. He just never wanted to admit to it. It all starting to make sense now. We all thought that Buffa was going to be the heel rider. No, it's Keiwa. He's the heel rider because we thought he was our sweet baby boy, but no, he's the one who's behind. He's the one who's ruining things for other people. You know, now that I really think about it, Keiwa reminds me of this one episode of the show Charmed I've watched. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Charmed. Definitely check it out. The original Charmed, not the new one. The one with Shannon Doherty. So there was like a season 3 episode called San Francisco where like you have these 7 orbs and each one possesses one of the 7 deadly sins. You know, you got lust, greed, gluttony, envy, sloth, wrath, pride. And when a person absorbs one of those sin orbs, that specific sin becomes hyper manifested into that person. And the only way to put an end to, in order to destroy that sin sphere, that sin orb, whatever it's called, was for them to do something completely selfless. But here's the thing: pride, which is the one that was inside Prue's body, is the most powerful and the most evil of the 7 sin orbs, because you cannot do anything selfless, because selfless acts would only further fuel your pride. So, like, how do you even get past that? So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Keiwa is the sin of pride, because every good thing he does for selfish reasons. He's not doing it for the greater good. He's doing it because it gratifies him. And, like, that is something that I want to see explored more. Like, good on you, man. Good on you, show. Like, let's keep it up. But like, they're gonna make him a good guy again somehow. I just know it. So Daichi's having yet another one of his sermons, but turns out hidden amongst the followers is Keiwa, and he's putting up a fantastic fight. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying the choreography. Like, if you guys let us know what you guys thought of the choreography, because this was amazing. Like, he not only does he do a Red Moon slash, but he also does a rider kick. And Keiwa's like, Kekura is like watching this in the background. He's getting so excited. Like, he can't wait to see Daichi get killed off. Even Daichi's like, help me, Kekura. It's like, I'm not going to help you. I just want to see Keiwa turn into the perfect Kamen Rider. You just happen to be the sacrificial sheep needed to make it happen. And I'm like, I really hope Kekura is the second to be destroyed after Daichi. At least that's what I would say if Geats did not stop him from finishing him off. He was about to kill Daichi, and Ace stopped him. Why? Why? The world would be so much better without Daichi and Racules in it. Like, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not in favor of like wishing like real life people to be unalive, because that is like a terrible thing. But these are fictional characters, and fictional characters that are irredeemably scummy. So it's like, I want these guys to just no more Daichi, no more Racules, no more Kekara, no more Baraba. I just want these guys gone because they are just so scummy. Like, but that's kind of part of the point, I suppose. We're on par for the course, and we got less than 10 episodes left of the show, so we're getting there. Like, this is the part where we start wrapping things up, because Tsurumi became the creation goddess. And as promised, I'm surprised that Canis Venetisi decided to keep his promise. He gives her to Keiwa so that he can make his wish come true. And his wish is to create a world where everyone that was destroyed by the Desire Grand Prix would come back to life. Now, I have a few questions about this wish, because, again, I do want to make sure that we're not dealing with any Faustian loopholes or anything. So let's get right into it. Number one. Amongst everyone, how do we know that only innocent people were killed in the Desire Grand Prix? What if this also means that all the Jimoto that were killed in the Desire Grand Prix were also killed? 2, how do we know that evil riders did not come back to life? Like, for example, Girori, Chirami, that the evil game master from what's it called? That the Winter film. How do we know that they didn't come back to life? Also, what are the loopholes on the other end? Like, what if Sarah won't come back because technically she was not in the Desire Grand Prix when she was killed? Like, what if Sarah does not come back to life? Have you ever thought about that? Because technically it wasn't a DGP sanctioned event where her parents were killed. Sorry, where like Sarah was killed. Now, Keiwa's parents might be revived, but I don't think his sister would be, because while she was killed by Buffa, he technically wasn't part of the DGP. At least I don't think he is. There's like no official season of the DGP for him to be a participant in. And also, how much can we say that the Jimoto are part of the DGP? So my question to that is, what if only people killed by Desire Riders would be revived, but not people killed by Jimoto? Because this is a list of loopholes that we need to contemplate for that wish. This is why I hate making like a single wish, a single sentence wish where there are a lot of potential for Faustian loopholes. See, this is why what's it called? I love Sokul from Stargirl. If you've ever seen Stargirl in seasons 2 and 3, there's like an actual character named Sokul who's like inside a pen, and like you have to make a wish, you have to be ultra specific. So I love how like the characters have to physically write down how they phrase their wish. Like, for example, I wish that so and so, famously known as the villain Shade with the Umbra kinetic powers, would be able to be geolocated by us so that we could easily find him. And like it goes on for another 3 sentences. But the point is, like, you got to be like ultra specific with these wishes sometimes. So I wonder how this is going to play out. Now, now in the preview, we do see a boar rider and a vampire bat rider. So here we go. Here we go. And we see what might be Neon's final form. But the thing is, I still think that her final form should be something associated with her sister. You know, like the true daughter of the Kurama family that was killed 11 years ago. Like somehow that needs to play out, because like why else would she go to Time Fire in order to ask him if there's an alternate way to become a Kamen Rider? I have to give this episode a 9 out of 10 because it's like, it's not that I hate anything about it. It's just that it's just so dreadful. I don't want to give the episode the satisfaction of getting a perfect score. Like the choreography was on point, the acting was on point. I hate Keiwa being a heel right here. But if they write it correctly, it can be. I can salvage this, like I described. Like he was a heel the whole time, but he did not see himself as a heel because like he was gratifying his pride. But I can't stand Daichi. I hate that Ace saved his life. And we still have Kekura and Baraba to deal with, and I just can't wait to see these guys go. By the way, Kamen Rider Gachard came out recently. Well, it did not come out. Like leaks came out recently, so I probably should have pulled up screenshots of it, but sadly I did not upload them. But I'll talk about them briefly. Grasshopper and train motif. Cyan base form, let's go. That's all I have to say about it. I'm curious about the plot. We're going back to cards. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, so let us know what you guys thought about the episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think is going to happen next in this new world? Let's find out. Okay, Triple O XYZ says this episode was so intense. Yes, it was. Honestly, I would say it left me with a lot of dread, but that's just me dealing with me. 9 out of 10. Glad you agreed. Daichi needs to get out of the series. Exactly. He needs to get out. If Baraba and Kekura couldn't sink lower, they become Jamal. I know. Kekura, why? Why, Kekura? Where the heck are Jean and Kyun? Like, I know they went back to their dimension thing from the future to go to some other time period, but like, they just bail when we needed them the most. It's like Blue Centurion from Power Rangers Turbo. He just leaves right when the Diva Talk's about to destroy the command center. Buffa cannot catch a break. No, he cannot. I'm really sad for him. Like, he cannot catch a break. Like I know he was a scumbag earlier. Like, I know, like, he done Ben and John dirty. But he's just getting his butt kicked through the entire arc so far. First by Keiwa, then by Baraba and Kekura. It's like, the guy needs a break, man. He got a curb stomp twice in the same episode. I was hoping that Daichi would finally bite the dust. Honore Ace. Yes, Ace. Why? Why'd you do it, Ace? Thought you were cool, man. You changed. I wonder what the New World K1 made. I know, right? Like there's so many plot holes that could happen, and you never know. Like, the only thing I could possibly hope for is if somehow Ben and John get another chance to become writers, because we don't see them become writers, and it upsets me. Here's hope. There we go. Exactly. See this guy. See, this is what I'm talking about. I want to see them in their suits. Hate Buffalo for doing that. He doesn't deserve the beating he got in this episode. Those are my thoughts on the episode. Anyways, if you enjoyed watching this episode discussion, please comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to be notified of our latest videos. The next video we're doing is Osama Sentai King Ocher, which we'll be doing tomorrow. As of the time of this recording, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. We're doing episode 18. Yeah, I think it's episode 18. But yeah. Hold on. Is it episode 18? Now I'm just like mentally like, what episode is it? I feel so silly right now. Yeah, it's episode 18. I don't know why I was like mentally messing up on this one. But yeah. Also, be sure to check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we did Hollywood Anime Month, Video Game Month, and most recently, we did a discussion on the latest Indiana Jones film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. If you're interested in hearing what we thought about the movie, Buttery Show is your best place to go, and be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to that channel as well. If you want to follow my personal content, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Boken_Kabuto, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. With all that said, guys, hope those of you in the United States had a fantastic and safe 4th of July. Everyone else in the world, I hope you just had a great day yesterday, regardless. And overall, on behalf of the Morphin Network, we hope that everyone has a safe and fun rest of your week. Stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, wear weather-appropriate attire because, dang, it is hot where I live, and it's probably cold in New Zealand too. So, everyone, we'll see you all next time. Peace out. Have a great one.